Hello, and a huge welcome back to Glowing English. This is your favorite cozy corner on the internet to master natural, everyday English through authentic conversations. I'm Jihad.
And I'm Toma. I am endlessly fascinated by human psychology and individual personalities, including my own, though I have to admit mine is still very much a work in progress.
We've barely started the discussion, and you're already diving deep into self analysis.
That's what we call healthy self-awareness. It's a key personality trait.
Fair point. Today, we're going to teach you how to talk about human personality in English without relying on overused generic words like nice, good, or cool. We want to give you vivid, expressive adjectives that truly help your listener picture the person you're describing.
Because let's be honest, nice is where interesting vocabulary goes to die.
It really is. If I hear one more student describe their best friend as simply very nice, I'm going to officially confiscate that word from our vocabulary list.
Banned temporarily. It can return to our lessons once it learns not to do all the heavy lifting on its own.
Absolutely. Just so you know, today's lesson is tailored for intermediate learners, around the B1 and B2 levels. So our conversation will sound natural, practical, and directly applicable to daily life.
And if you're currently at an A2 level, don't worry at all. Stick around, pay close attention to the examples, and don't stress if a few advanced terms fly past you at first.
Later in this video, we'll feature 6 high-impact personality terms in our Word Tour segment, where we'll break down pronunciation and practical usage step by step.
Plus, our popular Say It Better segment will return near the end. We'll take flat, basic descriptions and upgrade them into sharp, clear, and nuanced English.
By the way, if you're enjoying this lesson so far, please take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe to Glowing English. It really helps our channel grow and allows us to keep making these lessons for you. All right, let's kick things off with 2 foundational terms that almost every English learner encounters early on: introvert and extrovert.
Everyone uses the terms introvert and extrovert these days, largely thanks to social media trends.
But everyone thinks they understand what they actually mean.
You sound a bit skeptical.
Well, I feel like introvert has become a popular excuse for saying, I just want to stay in my pajamas and avoid human contact. And that's simply not what the word means.
Not at all. Introversion is fundamentally about where you draw your internal energy from. Solitude helps you recharge your batteries. So being an introvert doesn't automatically mean you are shy or fearful of people.
Right, and it certainly doesn't mean you're antisocial or dislike people altogether.
I actually hold a slightly different view on this.
Go on, share your thoughts.
I think it's completely fine for lower-level learners to start with simple explanations, such as, she's an introvert, so she prefers smaller gatherings. You can always add subtle details as your vocabulary expands.
See, I believe that's precisely how misconceptions get planted early on. If learners absorb an oversimplified idea early on, they might cling to that misconception for years.
Point taken. Debate acknowledged. But practically speaking, here's a phrase anyone can use. Instead of saying, I hate loud parties, you could say, I'm much more of a small gatherings person.
Or you could say, I genuinely enjoy meeting new people, but I need quiet time afterward to recharge.
That offers a far more accurate representation. And when describing an extrovert, we can use expressions like, she lights up every room she enters, or he's always the life of the party.
Being the life of the party means you bring infectious energy, enthusiasm, and fun into any social gathering. Though listeners shouldn't take that literally. No one actually resides at a party venue.
Hopefully not, but introverts and extroverts are just the tip of the iceberg, right?
Exactly. Once learners move past those 2 terms, they usually fall back on basic adjectives like smart, funny, or annoying. They're fine words, but they lack precision. Let's give those words a serious upgrade. I'll name a basic adjective, and you give me a stronger, more descriptive alternative.
I'm ready. Challenge accepted.
First up, smart.
Well, that depends heavily on the specific type of intelligence you're describing.
Give us some examples.
Academic or book intelligence could be described as sharp, brilliant, or quick-witted. On the other hand, practical or street intelligence might be called savvy or shrewd. Shrewd has a bit of an intense edge to it, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. Shrewd implies someone is clever, perceptive, and exceptionally good at navigating practical situations, especially when it comes to business, negotiations, or financial matters.
So, a shrewd individual knows how to make astute decisions under pressure.
Yes, though the word can occasionally carry a hint of caution, meaning the person is very clever, so you'd better stay sharp around them. It's great for describing an ambitious executive, but perhaps less fitting for your kindly grandmother. Unless, of course, your grandmother happens to be a shrewd negotiator. Is yours?
My grandmother once talked a store manager into giving her an extra 20% discount on an item that was already heavily discounted.
Wait, it was already marked down?
Yep, she is thoroughly shrewd.
Wow, she sounds like an absolute legend. All right, next basic word. Funny.
Well, that depends heavily on the specific type of humor you're describing.
You could use hilarious if someone causes people to laugh uncontrollably, or use witty if their humor is fast, clever, and sharp.
So, witty describes someone who can deliver smart, subtle, and often brief humorous observations.
Precisely. A witty person can drop a single quiet sentence and have the entire room giggling. Here's a common trap for English learners. Funny can also refer to something odd, unexpected, or unusual. For instance, he gave me a funny look.
Meaning he wasn't attempting to crack a joke.
Exactly. It means his expression seemed strange or suspicious.
Ah, the word funny, working two jobs at once and confusing English students worldwide. What's your next word?
Annoying.
Irritating, grating, or insufferable. Insufferable is a particularly heavy word, very strong indeed. It suggests someone is so unpleasant or irritating that it's almost unbearable to be near them.
Like someone who pauses to explain the punchline after telling a joke.
Hey, I feel personally targeted now. I do that all the time.
I know you do. That's precisely why I picked that example.
Look, I only break down the joke if nobody laughs in the first place.
Which might be the exact reason why they aren't laughing.
Ouch. Honest critique, but not terribly tactful.
And that brings us to a fascinating aspect of English vocabulary. Two adjectives can describe identical behavior, yet one sounds like a compliment while the other feels like a subtle insult.
Illustrate that for us with an example.
Consider confident versus cocky. Confident is very positive. You step into a space fully believing in your worth and abilities. Cocky is confidence's obnoxious cousin, someone who acts like they are superior to everyone else in the room.
That is a spot-on distinction. Confidence feels grounded and secure. Cockiness feels obnoxious and inflated.
Another compelling pair is assertive versus bossy. Assertive means being firm, confident, and direct, while remaining deeply respectful of others. An assertive communicator clearly expresses their needs without resorting to shouting or aggression.
Whereas bossy describes someone who continuously dictates what others should do in a pushy, controlling manner.
So, assertive carries positive connotations, while bossy is almost always negative.
Yes, though people don't always apply these labels fairly. A confident man in a corporate meeting might be praised as assertive or a natural leader, whereas a woman demonstrating the exact same behavior might unfairly be labeled as bossy.
That's why we must evaluate our word choices thoughtfully and carefully.
Absolutely. What other word pairs have subtle double meanings?
Frugal versus cheap. Frugal means I am intentional, sensible, and smart with my financial resources. Cheap means I made the entire dinner table split the bill down to the exact penny, including the water.
Frugal sounds like a wise financial strategist. Cheap sounds like my uncle at every family dinner.
Careful now, we're revealing family secrets on camera today.
Don't worry, Glowing English is a safe place for honest talk. Another great pair is determined versus stubborn. A determined person pushes forward relentlessly because they have a clear vision or goal. A stubborn person stubbornly refuses to alter their path, even when logic dictates that changing course is the smartest move.
Remarkably, the exact same individual could be described using either term depending on who you ask. Their family might call them determined, while their coworker calls them stubborn.
Same behavior, contrasting perspectives. That highlights why a single isolated adjective rarely captures a person's full character.
Context is everything. Sometimes constructing a full compound sentence yields a much fairer assessment. She's remarkably assertive, yet she always makes a point to listen carefully to alternative opinions. Or, he's frugal with his daily spending, but incredibly generous whenever a friend is in genuine need.
Those descriptive sentences feel much more balanced and human because a single label can never encapsulate an entire human being.
Exactly. Sometimes an idiom or phrase paints the far richer portrait. What's one of your favorite personality idioms?
To wear one's heart on one's sleeve. It's so visual. It means a person expresses their emotions openly and transparently. You never have to guess whether they are ecstatic, disappointed, anxious, or joyful.
That's a beautiful phrase. Mine is a tough cookie, referring to someone who is exceptionally strong, stable, and resilient.
And resilient means having the capacity to bounce back after facing severe hardship, failure, or disappointment, right?
Exactly. A resilient individual might go through painful trials, but they always find the internal strength to pick themselves up and keep moving forward. Tough cookie also implies someone who won't allow others to intimidate or push them around easily.
Another classic idiom is a bit of a handful. We typically use this to describe someone who requires a lot of attention, energy, or patience to manage, usually said in an affectionate, fond tone. For instance, their toddler is absolute magic, but he's definitely a bit of a handful.
Or a young golden retriever puppy, especially a golden retriever. What about the phrase, an old soul?
That describes a person who demonstrates wisdom, maturity, and depth far beyond their actual chronological age, like a 20-year-old who prefers classic literature, peaceful evenings, and deep philosophical conversations over wild parties.
Exactly right. On the flip side, we have a free spirit, someone wonderfully independent, open-minded, and spontaneous who resists rigid schedules, societal rules, or conventional routines.
That's the friend who books a spontaneous one-way trip abroad with barely any savings in their account.
And somehow, against all odds, everything works out brilliantly for them.
It always seems to work out for them, and quite frankly, it baffles me. It's like the universe creates a special shield for free spirits.
But these descriptive phrases are invaluable because they paint a vivid mental image even though no description remains permanent forever.
True, people adapt their behavior based on unique environments, and people naturally evolve as time goes on.
So, do you think core personalities actually transform over time?
I firmly believe they do. Life experiences, age, wisdom, and taking on major responsibilities naturally reshape who we are.
I agree to an extent, but I think it's important to distinguish fundamental personality traits from situational behavior.
What do you see as the main distinction?
I think core personality traits might remain relatively stable over a lifetime, but our outward behavior shifts dramatically depending on the setting and context.
Could you give us a concrete example of that?
Of course, someone might possess a naturally quiet or shy disposition, yet appear exceptionally outgoing, expressive, and lively when surrounded by close friends they deeply trust.
So their entire personality hasn't necessarily undergone a radical shift, right? They simply feel comfortable, secure, and confident in that particular environment.
Precisely. That's why we often say he's coming out of his shell, rather than claiming he's suddenly transformed into a major extrovert.
Coming out of one's shell signifies gradually gaining confidence and becoming more open in social settings.
Exactly. It describes personal growth without falsely claiming that their underlying nature was wiped clean.
I recall being painfully quiet during my school years.
Really? You?
Oh, absolutely. Around my closest friends, I was talkative and energetic, but the moment I stepped into a classroom, I froze up out of fear of giving an incorrect answer.
And look at you today, co-hosting a massive English educational show.
Life is funny like that. So, did my fundamental personality change, or did I simply build my self confidence over time?
It was likely a combination of both.
That feels like a fair assessment. Vocabulary words should serve as useful tools to describe us, not rigid boxes that trap us.
A person can be reserved in large professional meetings, yet vibrant among friends, meticulous with work tasks, yet delightfully chaotic in their personal life.
Why are you staring directly at me as you say that?
No comment. I think we should put some of these new vocabulary words to the test before this gets way too personal.
Time for a rapid fire vocabulary challenge. Bring it on.
I'm going to describe a specific person, and you have to give me the perfect adjective to match. Just one primary word, though. You can offer a second if there's an interesting contrast. Ready? First scenario. Someone who continuously tries and refuses to throw in the towel no matter how hard things get.
Persistent or determined.
How would you differentiate those two?
Persistent emphasizes sticking with an action continuously through difficulties. Determined highlights having a strong, unshakable mental decision to accomplish a specific objective.
Great breakdown. Second scenario. Someone who obsessively analyzes every potential issue or worst-case scenario for hours on end.
An overthinker, or to be gentler, a worrier.
What about using the word neurotic?
That can sound overly harsh, judgmental, or even clinical. Worrier is much kinder and far more suitable for daily conversations.
Got it. Third scenario. Someone who speaks their mind directly and plainly without sugarcoating anything.
Straightforward.
And what if they express those thoughts without showing any regard for the other person's feelings?
Tactless. Define tactless briefly for our viewers.
Being tactless means communicating without considering if your words will embarrass, offend, or hurt the listener. It's an honest message delivered with zero emotional diplomacy.
Fourth scenario. Someone who gets easily hurt, offended, or upset over minor things.
Sensitive. But sensitivity can be either a positive or negative trait depending on context. It can describe someone who's deeply empathetic, emotionally aware, and caring.
But what if they take offense at almost every innocent remark?
Then touchy is the far more accurate adjective. Sensitive leans positive or neutral, but touchy carries a distinctly negative tone.
Got it. Fifth scenario. Someone who organizes and executes everything down to the most minute detail.
Meticulous. So a meticulous person might review an important document 3 times before hitting send, and then review it once more in their sent folder just to be absolute certain.
Do you fit that description?
Oh, definitely not. I usually spot my awkward typos 3 minutes after sending. Final scenario. Someone who has zero structural plans and makes big decisions at the very last second.
A wild card, or someone who flies by the seat of their pants.
I love that second idiom. It sounds so colorful.
It really is. It means operating entirely on instinct without a structured plan, dealing with situations as they unfold, which can feel delightfully adventurous or completely terrifying, depending on who you're traveling with.
Ain't that the truth? Woven directly into our conversation today were 6 exceptionally powerful personality terms: shrewd, witty, assertive, tactless, resilient, and meticulous.
We offered brief definitions earlier, but now let's slow things down, focus on pronunciation, and learn how to use them seamlessly.
Welcome to our word tour.
Our premier word today is shrewd. Shrewd.
Shrewd means clever, sharp, and highly skilled at assessing real-world situations, particularly in finance or business. A shrewd person spots hidden opportunities quickly and makes calculating decisions. Example sentence: she is a shrewd real estate investor who always knows when to buy and sell. Smart, practical, and difficult to deceive.
Just like your grandmother negotiating at a clearing sale.
Exactly. Our second featured word is witty. Witty.
Witty means possessing sharp, fast-paced mental humor. A witty individual makes clever remarks that instantly amuse people. Example sentence: he is extraordinarily witty and always has a clever comeback ready.
It doesn't mean being loud or boisterous, right?
Not at all. Often a single, quietly delivered sentence is more than enough.
Our third term is assertive. Assertive.
Assertive means standing your ground with confidence and directness while fully honoring the rights and feelings of others.
It's vastly different from being pushy or aggressive.
Absolutely. An assertive speaker clearly lays out their needs without resorting to rudeness or hostility. Example sentence: She was delightfully assertive during the contract negotiation and clearly stated her terms.
Clear, confident, and respectful.
Our fourth word is tactless. Tactless.
Tactless refers to making statements without considering how your words will impact the feelings of others. The core information might be true, but the delivery feels insensitive or blunt. Example sentence: His blunt comment regarding her performance was truthful but completely tactless. Helpful insight, painful execution.
Our fifth word is resilient. Resilient.
Resilient means possessing the psychological strength to recover swiftly from setbacks, failures, or trauma. It doesn't imply you never feel distress, rather, it means you consistently find a way to rebuild and keep moving forward. Example sentence: Despite facing repeated setbacks, she remains psychologically resilient. And our final word on this tour is meticulous. Meticulous.
Meticulous means demonstrating extreme care, thoroughness, and precision with every tiny detail. A meticulous worker routinely double-checks their output. Example sentence: He is meticulous when preparing legal documents, leaving zero room for error. Thorough, organized, and likely carrying multiple spare pens, unlike a certain co-host here.
Hey, I possessed a pen earlier this afternoon, but let's stay on topic. So, our 6 featured words today are shrewd, witty, assertive, tactless, resilient, and meticulous. 6 rich terms to elevate your ability to describe intelligence, humor, communication styles, mental fortitude, and precision. Pick just one of these terms right now and construct your own practice sentence out loud.
And don't leave us just yet, because our signature Say It Better segment is up next. We're going to transform 6 basic personality statements into sophisticated, polished English. But before we jump in, let's address a common problem. What happens when you possess a solid vocabulary, yet when someone asks you a basic question, your mind freezes and you give a basic response like good, fine, or not much?
That exact challenge inspired us to create our comprehensive learning resource, the Glowing English Answer Builder. This program equips you with clear, structured frameworks to answer 40 essential daily English questions with total confidence. Questions like, how was your week? What do you do for a living? Or how do you like to spend your weekends?
For every scenario, you'll master a simple formula that allows you to organize your thoughts effortlessly and express your true personality. Then you get to practice speaking out loud alongside us in simulated real-world conversations.
The complete program is structured across 5 user-friendly modules, available in both convenient PDF and EPUB digital formats. It's available for a simple one-time payment with lifetime access, no recurring monthly fees whatsoever.
You never have to settle for making your English sound smaller or simpler than the complex thoughts inside your head. You can gain the tools to express your true self authentically. You can find the direct link to the Glowing English Answer Builder down in the video description box below.
Now, as promised, let's dive into Say It Better. Let's upgrade those bland, generic personality descriptions into nuanced, descriptive, and engaging expressions.
Welcome to Say It Better. Today's focus is on elevating personality descriptions and rescuing English learners from overusing words like nice, smart, and strong.
We aren't trying to make your sentences needlessly fancy or complicated. Our goal is clarity and precision.
Clearer, more evocative, and much more natural. Let's start with example 1. She's very nice. Extremely common, but completely vague. How can we improve it?
Try saying she's exceptionally warm, thoughtful, and easy to talk to. Now, your listener understands exactly how her presence affects people. Instead of relying on a broad label, pinpoint the specific qualities you observe. Is she welcoming, considerate, patient, or open-hearted? Those specific adjectives help paint a clear picture.
Example 2. I don't like parties. This can come across as somewhat blunt or antisocial.
A smoother, more descriptive alternative would be, I'm much more of a small gatherings person, or I really enjoy social interactions, but I need quiet solitude afterward to recharge my energy. That explains your preferences clearly without making it sound like you dislike people. You can enjoy socializing while honoring your need for quiet recovery time afterward.
Example 3. She's very smart. Again, what specific form of intelligence are you referring to?
A much sharper alternative is she's incredibly sharp and consistently makes shrewd business decisions. Sharp highlights quick mental comprehension, while shrewd indicates practical, clever judgment. That provides infinitely more clarity than a simple very smart.
Example 4. He's bossy. That carries a very harsh, negative connotation.
A more balanced, fair description would be he's quite assertive, though his approach can occasionally come across as a bit controlling. That thoughtfully separates his positive trait, being confident and direct, from the area he needs to improve, which is listening to others. It's far more nuanced and fair.
Example 5. She's very strong. Are we talking about physical strength or emotional endurance?
If you mean emotional strength, try saying, she's remarkably resilient. She recovers amazingly well after going through tough times. That specifies the exact nature of her strength. She experiences pain and adversity, but she possesses the grit to persevere.
Example 6. He plans everything. Depending on tone, that can sound organized or rigid.
A clearer phrasing is, he's meticulous and genuinely enjoys planning out every single detail. Now, the listener understands he is structured and thorough. However, if his planning becomes overbearing, you could add, he can get a little rigid when plans change unexpectedly. Same behavior, but far more precise context. And that is why selecting the right vocabulary matters so much.
So, can the word nice remain in our daily vocabulary after all?
It can certainly stay, we aren't throwing it out entirely.
Fair deal. Instead of simply telling someone, my friend is nice, detail why they are wonderful. Are they observant, witty, resilient, considerate, or assertive?
We'd love to hear from all of you in the audience. Answer this question in the comments section below. What 3 specific adjectives best describe your personality? Try to avoid simple words and include a brief sentence explaining why you chose each word. For instance, I'm resilient because I always bounce back after facing challenges. Leaving a comment is fantastic writing practice for your English development.
Thank you so much for spending your valuable time learning with us today. Keep paying attention to new vocabulary, keep practicing your speaking out loud, and keep building your overall confidence step by step.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't already, and make sure to visit our channel, Glowing English, to check out our full library of English lessons. I'm Jihad.
And I'm Toma.
You've been watching Glowing English. Until next time, happy practicing, and bye for now.